Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman X4. We've already completed the scenario with our resident Megaman X. Now it is time to start again, but this time with our resident Maverick Hunter Zero. Because, yeah, it's rather awkward that you have to play this game twice in order to get both perspectives on this. But, no, I can't argue. Different gameplay styles, different experiences to a certain extent, and we will get into what those differences are.
Who are you?
My masterpiece.
But who are you?
After him, he is my nemesis. Our rivalry is what gives me motivation in life. Now go. Destroy him. That's an order.
But wait!
Emergency, all Maverick hunters on call should assemble immediately.
The same dream again.
All Maverick hunters on call should assemble immediately.
Zero has some pretty weird dreams. Wonder if there's any meaning to them. Probably not. Although, do reploids dream of electric sheep? Huh. An interesting question. Mavericks emerged at .557667. God damn it. I made a mistake already. Fuck. They've occupied Sky Lagoon. This looks like the Repliforce is doing. Repliforce. Okay, I'm on my way. I don't know what... I can't do the voice that I want to do with Zero. Interesting little thing going on here. Let me change something real quick. Zero has different intro stage music from X. And this would generally I say, be common standard going forward through the rest of the forthcoming titles of the series. But yeah, Zero, we're finally playing as the big red blonde boy himself, rather than either trying to get his parts back or playing as him for very brief periods of time. And his playstyle here is a great deal different from what you would have, what little experience we get out of him from Megaman X3, since here, instead of having a buster with this Z-Saber as his ultimate charge move, his Z-Saber is actually his standard combat now, and now we're at this point. Dragoon? You're in the 14th unit. Why? This doesn't look good, Zero. That the Maverick took out the power. What? Then the Sky Lagoon will come crashing into the ground! Yes, and destroy the entire city. We have to do something. It's too late. I must escape now. You'd do best to do the same, Zero. Damn! If the Sky Lagoon falls, it'll be disastrous. There's no time. I'm going down. He's going down. I thought he was gonna go down with the thing. Instead, he just teleported down to the ground. Well after the thing crashed. Excuse me. Way to address this absolute disastrous time. Me yawning and belching right at the carnage. It's horrible. Those Mavericks will pay for this. And they will. But yeah, Zero, instead of using Buster Shot like X does, he relies entirely on his Beam Saber. And his Beam Saber, of course, doesn't have nearly as much damage as it did in X3, where it was basically like an ultimate weapon. But he can swing it into a combo when he's standing on the ground. I don't want to fall for that again. Literally. Plays on words. But I fell for that one. God dang it. I suppose that's my own downside. When I'm playing Zero, I like to play the fast and reckless game. Granted, you kind of have to be that way with Zero, since his combat style is all about getting up close and personal with his Beam Saber, compared to X's tried and true shoot a gun at it approach. Anyway, oh, who's this? Iris, what are you doing here? Are you okay? Zero, did you come to save me? Yes, hang on. A huge maverick appeared and... Stay there, Iris. I'll handle it. Is this really one of Repliforce's? I don't have a moment to spare. I have to feed him or else. Oh, that's interesting. This girl named Iris. She's new. And Zero seems to know who she is. So... Intrigue! Although, how do we know? Do we ever find out about Zero and how he developed his relationship with Iris? No, not in this game. You know, that would be great. No, this game just establishes that they have a relationship of some sort, and yeah, we're fighting this thing again. Only this time, I'm having to get up close and personal with a Beam Saber. But even the up-close and personal approach works just fine. And there's the Colonel. Zero, long time no see. LTNS count +1. Colonel, what are you doing here? I've come to save my sister Iris. Oh, she's your sister. I only hope she's okay. She's fine. I just rescued her. God dang it. Oh? Thanks, Zero. I owe you one. Colonel, I have a question to ask for you. Did your unit attack this place? What are you talking about? Repliforce came here to help. We weren't involved in the attack. They suspect you've become a maverick. What? Disarm and come with me to the HQ. I'm afraid I can't. Soldiers never drop their weapons. I won't do it. Not even for you, Zero. Then they will think you're a maverick. So be it. The Repliforce prefers war over dishonor and shame. Goodbye, Zero. Wait, Colonel, listen to me! Nah, it wouldn't progress the story if I did. Damn, this isn't good, Colonel. They may decide the entire Repliforce is a group of mavericks. What do you mean, may? That's exactly what they end up doing. But again, why would convincing him otherwise make for a fun game? And of course we have the exact same cutscene again. Which just brings about a certain question out of me regarding the presence of You see all these characters here on screen, we see the back of them, and they all look like nothing but reploids. And I get that this statement of the generals is addressed toward reploids and not humans. Although, well, it could be addressed in part outwardly towards humans as a case of, well, we want our freedom, but we want nothing to do with you. In that sense, I suppose. But it's just like, where are the humans in all of this? Like, the most humans that we ever see in this series is Dr. Kane, and we know about him by proxy of Megaman X1's game manual and the stuff that we see in Maverick Hunter X. And then we see him in Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3 just briefly while he's under HQ. But we are never going to hear or see from Dr. Kane ever again beyond this point. I want that just to be made clear. And he was the only human we ever saw, and we know about the humans and their conflict with the reploids and the Mavericks, the Maverick Hunters. But we never see any of them throughout this entire freaking series. And you would think that times like this, where the Repliforce is mounting an insurrection against humanity, well, he says they're not, but they freaking are, that there would be something, that humans would rise to this, to speak up against this, or that there would be humans being conflicted about this. Iris, what are you doing here? My brother Colonel started the coup. I know. Please don't fight against him. This must be some kind of mistake. They've occupied several cities already. As a hunter, I must stop them. Zero, I must go now. And of course, it's all the same 8 Mavericks that we dealt with in X's playthrough. It would be kind of interesting if we were dealing with 8 other Mavericks that X wasn't dealing with, and that's why the two stories never interacted with each other. But it seems to be a case that this story takes place where you're either fighting it as X or Zero, and not both at the same time in any capacity, which is unfortunate. But I suppose it also allows the stories to be a bit more focused, if also kind of disjointed. Anyway, Magma Dragoon. He betrayed the irregular hunters and hid himself inside a volcano. Yeah, these descriptions are no different from what they were when we came through with X, and yeah. So yeah, we're going to do Magma Dragoon first. Hopefully I can. And not screw up like I did during my initial takes of this, because I did, like, this is my third take trying to actually record this. Because I kept having trouble with this. I obviously, unlike X, I didn't really practice with Zero. And in general, I tend to take the incredibly reckless route when it comes to Zero. So, but considering that Zero's playstyle essentially requires him to get up close, the reckless playstyle is kind of in his nature. Okay, I kept thinking I was gonna have to. Okay, I'm trying to... Something I've been trying to practice, but it's a little bit difficult for me, is dash canceling saber swings. Okay, I'm doing well there, but I don't know if I can replicate that on a constant basis because of the damage output of Zero's saber. Because you see... the DPS of Zero Sabers is a little bit odd. You know, you get minimal damage if you do one swing. About the same 2 swings linked together. The third swing, it looks slow here, but when it impacts, it does a lot of damage. Like, watch this. yeah, the third strike has ends up doing a lot of hits. And got the fireballs. Okay, there. And there's also a lot more DPS if you do a jump slash. And the thing about the dash cancel trick is that it allows, is that for any enemy that has invulnerability frames, it will reduce. It will bypass those invulnerability frames in favor of. Okay, you know what? I know that seems incredibly stupid, but I wanted to have a full charge of health meter, and there was... I just don't know. Because, again, I want to keep a hold of as much health as possible when going up against Magma Dragoon, because unlike X, because I have to use some close quarters combat with him regardless, I would like to hold on to the right armor as long as possible for this, and God, I hope this goes as well as it did during the test playthrough that I actually managed to actually do between takes. If it doesn't, good freaking God. Anyway, Zero. It's really you. Why did you betray us? Answer me, Dragoon. I have no answer for you, my friend. Dragoon? He seemed pretty darn sinister in his... Ah, God damn it! It's starting again! Damn it, come on. There. Okay, that's the dash canceling trick really taken advantage of. That's what I was trying to get done, because I just want to get as much damage to take him out as quickly as possible, because I was having so much trouble with this during my previous takes, because I didn't want to actually do smart fighting ideas. I wanted to defeat you. Then he appeared. He? Who? He told me he'd give me power. Only if I worked for reploids. What? I couldn't refuse the offer. Sorry, Zero. Dragoon! I don't know, he talked... It seems very different there, because he talked about not wanting... for X, he wanted to have a final duel, but here, it's with Zero, he just wanted more power, and he regretted actually having to attack Zero. He must have a lot more respect for Zero, I suppose. Anyway, Zero's techniques. Ryu Engine. Pushing up in the special motion button on the ground. Powerful attack that burns enemies with flames. Some objects may be burned with this technique. Yeah, instead of getting extra weapons, technically from defeating Mavericks, Zero learns moves. And because he learns moves instead of and it's how he increases both his maneuverability and his overall weapons capabilities compared to X, because he also doesn't collect armor parts like X does. But anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I should I was gonna end the part there. I don't know why I decided to go on. I will end it here, though. I'm so distracted. Thank you, absolutely. Thank you, absolutely, everyone, for watching. There'll be links to my Discord. What is freaking wrong with me? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, in the description if you want to follow up on any of those. RCFS and out.